Hey, what's up? Finally. Good Lord.
Finally. All right, you guys, welcome to the Fashion Roundtable. We have the owners of Leichaurelle, custom handbags, like Italian leather, all of that good stuff. We have Paul and Tigris.
Hey.
Hello.
Guys.
What's up,
All
y'all?
right, you guys. How y'all been?
Oh, we've been great.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good, especially with the pandemic happening and everything. How y'all been holding up other than that?
It is what it is.
Definitely.
That is correct. You just got to go with the flow. Now, speaking of the pandemic and everything, how did COVID-19 help or affect Leichaurelle as a brand?
First, I'll start off. It affected us by, of course, all shipping is stopped. So we couldn't get any bags from Italy at all throughout that time. So it was where we had to depend on U.S. vendors and wherever we had in stock at the time.
Right.
And also, too, we had to basically switch things around and basically offer home delivery. We never did that before, but due to the fact of the COVID-19, it definitely helped in which we could go ahead, put a mask on, go to the house, and deliver the bags. Yeah.
Correct.
So, too, what really helped is it gave us a chance to pause and see, like, okay, what in our business can we strengthen? Like our brand, our inventory, of course. Like going forward, we definitely have more inventory in-house anytime we get vendors from out of the country. Yeah. And I would say also strengthen our communication. And that would be texting, email, I would say voice calls, like Zoom calls, anything to make sure that the customer is happy with the purchase.
Correct.
Because over time, of course, there's the delays in shipping, so we definitely want to make sure that our customers are happy during this time in which there's a little delay in shipping.
Right. So it pretty much build pretty much a closer relationship to you and your customers, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's real good. Now, the name Leichaurelle, it's a very, very gorgeous name, by the way, and it's a very unique name. How did Leichaurelle name come about for your brand?
Yeah, it's my middle name. My middle name is Cherelle. My mother named me after a singing group called the Shirelles. I've never heard of them. Apparently she has. So I added the lay to it.
Oh, well, that's a gorgeous name, honey. It's a very gorgeous name. Now, Leichaurelle as a brand, what made you want to start your brand, and what made you want to start selling handbags and purses and backpacks?
Great question. Started with Paul.
It all started with me. So I was at the end of my work trip, and I was like, let me find some gifts for Tigris and also my son Jael. And I was walking down the streets in Venice and came across this store that had a whole bunch of handbags in there. Crazy colors, shapes, and the sweet smell of leather in there was knock you down. Like, it smelled great. So I ended up talking with the guy back and forth, and I actually went to several other shops, and I was like, well, let me see if I can get their contact information and possibly this may turn into like a business idea. So I talked back and forth with Tigris. She gave me the go ahead, and that's how I got started.
Nice. Okay. All right. Now, where do you guys get your inspiration from? Like when you pick out your different styles of bags, where do you get your styles, your ideas from?
Well, from a woman's perspective, it's basically things that I used to be, things I used to look at when I was younger, like models, fashion models, couture, those type of things. So when you're a little girl, you like, one day I would like to be able to be a part of some sort of movement. And then I'm mainly inspired by the trends that I see on Instagram, Facebook, family and friends and so forth. And also being a part of the fashion show, that you guys had, last year. And what was it?
Lacey.
Yeah.
Pulp Fashion Week.
Sorry, but anyhow,
You guys did good, by the way. You guys definitely did good.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Especially for it being.
Yes, yes.
So that's really, truly what inspires me.
Okay, that's good.
And for me, I'll piggyback off of Tigris. Definitely the fashion show. That was my first experience. I've seen it on TV, like what's that show? The model show, the runway. I think it was Runway Models or Runway Fashion. I forgot.
So
Project Runway.
Project Runway. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So actually being in the fashion show, it was a crazy experience, definitely. Like seeing everybody get dressed real fast to go out there on the runway, the uniqueness of the performances of everybody that was involved. I mean, it was an incredible experience. So that definitely inspires me. And also, too, being younger, I used to draw some, do poetry. I love art. I love art and everything, jewelry, handbags, paintings, anything is art to me. It definitely could be beautiful. So that's my
anything that got anything to do with fashion and art, right?
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely. And music. I'm a big music head as well.
Anything that you can create or come up with a solution for someone's creativity. Like if we didn't design it, at least we thought of the design that would fit the person's personality based off of the stuff that they present to us.
Right. And hey, sometimes even artists and designers don't necessarily have to physically design it. You can just actually be a part of the movement. And that's what you guys are doing. And we appreciate that. Because your bags are like phenomenal, honey. Phenomenal. The quality is lit in everything. So, what kind of material? What are your go-to materials when you pick out your bags?
Honestly, it varies. Looking for something unique. I would say you have the smooth calfskin leather. You have the pebble textured. You got the python, crocodile print, ostrich, gold, nickel, silver hardware, chain strap or leather strap. I mean, honestly, it varies. All depends on basically what our eye catch. Like, yeah, that looks dope. Let's
so many to choose from.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but the hardware. I really look at the hardware and the stitching.
Yeah,
those are very, very. Those are my little things. Like I'm like this. I'm making sure it's durable.
Yeah, because when I came from
when
I came from Italy, yeah, she was like, all right.
Well, hey, you got to make sure your quality is good because it represents your brand. So, honey, you got to do what you got to do. Make sure that you pick out the right piece to represent your brand.
That's correct.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you guys. Now let's go right into the we want to know questions, okay?
All right.
All righty. The first question is, what are both of you guys' love language?
Our love language would be quality time. We spend a lot of time together, unbelievably together, and how we not kill each other, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because we could be in the same room for hours, but yet still be separated and doing our own things.
Okay. And that's both of you guys' love language. That's really good.
And cooking.
Really good.
And giving each other.
Pretty much you guys are like best friends. So that's why you probably can't never get tired of each other.
Yeah, we're definitely friends. Yeah. Definitely friends as well. Yeah, absolutely. That's so true. Business partners.
All right. I'm sorry, say it again, baby.
And business partners.
And, of course, yes. Exactly. Now, if you guys wanted to collaborate with any top designer, what would that designer be and why? Who would that designer be and why?
Well, I chose. I didn't really look for specifically who the designer was. I just chose the company, and it was Gucci. And the reason why I chose Gucci is because I like Dapper Dan, the history of Dapper Dan, and how it all came about, and how they was able to partnership. Started out with a little negativity in the media with some of the stuff that was going on, but somehow him and Dapper Dan was able to get with Gucci and partner so that way they can always represent what he represented at the time when he was in New York with the type of fashion used with the Gucci print. And it also allowed a lot of the urban and ethnic of Black people to come out through Dapper Dan, and to be able to bring that together to get a better understanding of how important Black people are in the fashion industry with these top brands. To have him to be a part of that changes a lot of how I think about fashion, and also how you could be forgivable towards a situation that turned out to be started out a little negative a little bit for a minute, but it turned into something really great for Dapper Dan that can also represent his trueness, his Blackness, and us too, and everyone else of all colors.
Right. That's good. That's a real A. And who doesn't love a Gucci bag though? Who doesn't love a Gucci bag?
Since I was a little girl, before I even know what it really meant, I just remember I used to like, ooh, the G bags.
And honestly, you guys' style and Gucci style, that would be a really good combination. That really would be a great collaboration too. So that was a good choice. Now, one of the 4 of these options has to go forever. Okay? A, backpack. B, cross bag. C, clutch. D, duffel bag. Which one of those has to go forever?
Duffel bag.
Duffel bag. Hey, y'all was so in sync with that too. Why duffel bag?
Well, probably because of the way it sounds. Maybe it just need a new name. I don't know. I think it's probably because of what we use most of. I mean, who doesn't like a backpack? Hands free.
I'm one of those people that love a backpack.
What woman doesn't like a crossbody? Hands free. Still.
That is so true. I'm guilty of one of those.
Had more convenience, was more practical versus the duffel bag, because it seemed like it would require you just want to carry it for a moment, get it where it needs to go, and where it's at. But with everything else, can always just be with you, and you can still be moving.
Right. Now, this is off the top of my head. Now, if you guys wanted to rename the duffel bag, what name would you come up with?
Probably something like, oh goodness, Leichaurelle carry on,
or
the carry on.
The weekender bag.
Bag.
Ooh, that's a good one. That one is a good one.
Nighter bag.
The weekend bag, that one is a good one. I like that one. That was a good one off the top of your head. I like that. All right. If you two were stranded on the island and you had 3 things that you can bring on the island, what would those 3 things be?
Knife, fishing net,
and flashlight.
Yep. Okay, cool. All righty. Because you got to catch your fish so you can make sure that you get all your nutrients. You got to see what's going on because it gets dark out there. And you got to have your tools to cut up whatever you catch in that net.
Right.
That's a great combo. I like that. Now, if you had the option to be feared or loved, which one would you choose?
Love.
Loved. Definitely.
Most definitely loved. Okay. Why so?
Because love is challenging. Love is encouraging. Love is complicated. And love is not easy.
And love is transformative.
Yep. That was like a poem right there. That was a whole poem right there, what y'all just did. Was that off the top of y'all head?
Yeah, I thought of that. Because
hey, that was good. You need to write that down. That was good. Tigris over there, the poet, honey.
Well, you know how I do.
All right, you guys, that's all the questions that I do have for you tonight. Now, can you let the audience know where they can find you and what projects you have coming up?
Oh, for me. So you can find us at Leichaurelle.shop. That's Leichaurelle.shop. And then also Instagram at Leichaurelle Bags. And also the projects we have coming up is we have 2 locations in Tampa in which we will be selling bags locally. So we definitely will have that information in our Instagram profile.
Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us at the Fashion Roundtable. We really appreciate everything. You guys were great. All right, you guys. We'll see you guys next time. Thank everybody for joining. All right, you guys. Bye.